Good East positioning of the sun, everybody. The name is Blue Fang, and welcome to the Hunger Games Simulator Season 2, Episode 12. Last time, as per the suggestion of Grand Admiral Thrawn, we did Ninjago. This time, as per the suggestion of Grand Admiral Thrawn, yet again, we're doing the Boondocks. The general premise of the show is that everyone is their own kind of messed up somewhere. So let's get into who I'm picking and then get started. I'm picking Huey Freeman because he is my absolute favorite character in this show, and Stinkmeaner because he's the funniest. With that all aside, let's get ready and proceed. As a tribute stand on their podiums, the horn sounds. Tom and Catcher gets into a fight. Tom gets up and retreats. Sarah guys are shielding on the cornucopia. Lamilton runs away. Jasmine runs away. Gangstalicious finds a bow, some arrows, and quiver. That name alongside someone else I'll never get used to saying. Slickback takes a sickle from inside the cornucopia. Dorothy grabs a backpack, not realizing it's empty. I can't believe I put in the car. All right. Huey runs away. George stays at the cornucopia for resources. Martin Luther King gathers as much food as he can. Jin and Ed the First fight for a bag. Ed the First strangles Jin with the straps and runs. So Jin rummies the first one out. Okay, Thugnificent runs away from the cornucopia. Robert scares Ed the second away from the cornucopia. Stinkmeaner grabs a handful of throwing knives. Riley and Uncle Ruckus fight for a bag. Uncle Ruckus strangles Riley with the straps and runs. So Riley's dead, the first of our main trio. Esmeralda steps off her podium too soon and blows up. Bushido takes a spear from inside the cornucopia. Grant finds a bag full of explosives. Fun fact, Grant is voice acted by Mark Hamill. Mr. Ruckus runs away from the cornucopia, and Ed the Third snatches a pair of sais. Day 1, Tom tends to Bushido's wounds. Lamilton constructs a shack. Dorothy, Grant, Martin Luther King, and Slickback hunt for other tributes. Jasmine chases George. Ed the First fishes. Catcher sucks an explosive off, killing Uncle Ruckus. Mr. Ruckus travels to higher ground. Stinkmeaner kills Ed the Third with a hatchet. Ed the Second begs for Robert to kill him. He refuses, keeping Ed the Second alive. Thugnificent tries to sleep through the entire day. Gangstalicious practices archery, and Huey chases Sarah. 5 cannon shots can be heard in the distance. Nearly a quarter of the cast out on the first. Yes, we get it. Nearly a quarter of the cast is out before the first fallen tributes. We have Jin from District 3, Riley from District 1, Esmeralda from District 12, Uncle Ruckus from District 4, and Ed the Third from District 3. So 5 people are out, which means 19 remain. Yeah, it should be 19, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Yeah, 19. With no district entirely out of play yet, though. Wait, no. District 3 is out of play. District 3 is out of play already. Good grief. I hope you weren't rooting for those guys. Proceed. Gangstalicious thinks about winning. Ed the Second, Martin Luther King, George, and Ed the First and Robert track down and kill Catcher. Okay, Tom receives a hatchet from an unknown sponsor. Dorothy begs for Jasmine to kill her. She refuses, keeping Dorothy alive. How would a car beg for someone to kill him? Would it go beep 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 beep? And you had to understand Morse code. Bushido screams for help. Sarah, Slickback, and Stinkmeaner cheerfully sing songs together. Lamilton, Grant, Huey, and Thugnificent sleep in shifts. Mr. Ruckus cries himself to sleep. Day 2, Ed the First and Mr. Ruckus work together for the day. Tom, Grant, Bushido, Lamilton, and Jasmine hunt for other tributes. Huey overhears Robert and George talking in the distance. Sarah picks flowers. MLK, Martin Luther King poisons Slickback's drink. He drinks it and dies. So Slickback is dead. Ed the Second and Gangstalicious hunt for other tributes. Stinkmeaner receives clean water from an unknown sponsor. Thugnificent discovers a river. Dorothy receives medical supplies from an unknown sponsor. What is that, just like a dent remover? In Dorothy's case. 2 cannon shots can be heard in the distance. Catcher from District 9 and Slickback from District 11. So if we see everyone's status, 18, 17 people remain, and I still think that District 3 is the only one completely out of play. Double checking. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Yep, I was right. Proceed. George destroys Martin Luther King's supplies as he's asleep. Ed the First and Sarah tell still stories about themselves to each other. Robert cooks his food before putting his fire out. Stinkmeaner and Tom run into each other and decide a truce for the night. Ed the second bashes Mr. Ruckus his head in against the mace. Yeah, screw you, Mr. Ruckus. I don't like you. Bushido starts a fire. Thugnificent attacks Huey, but Lamilton protects him, killing Thugnificent. Okay, that was a close call, but thank you, Lamilton. Based move. Now I'll be less pissed if you win. Dorothy starts a fire. Gangstalicious passes out from exhaustion. Grant tends to his wounds. Jasmine receives clean water from a non sponsor. We see day 3. Tom sprains his ankle running away from Martin Luther King. Huey stalks Sarah. What is it with those two being paired together? Jasmine constructs a shack. Dorothy converts Ed II's attention and runs away. I don't even think you need to divert the attention. I think you need to go. Brrr, brrr. Stinkmeaner receives an explosive. Oh no. Grant and Robert work together for the day. Ed the First steals from Lamilton while he isn't looking. Bushido overhears Gangstalicious and George talking in the distance. 2 cannon shots can be heard in the distance. Ruckus from District 10 and Mr. Ruckus from District 10 and Thugnificent from District 7. 15 people remain. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 15 people remain. And District 3 is still the only district that's been taken completely out of play. Let's continue and proceed. Martin Luther King stays awake all night. Lamilton is unable to start fires without warmth. Tom feds Ed the First, Robert, and Ed the Second away from his fire. Bushido, Sarah, and Dorothy cheerfully sing songs together. George taints Grant's foods, killing him, so Grant is dead. Gangstalicious lets Stinkmeaner into his shelter, and Huey destroys Jasmine's supplies while she is asleep. Day 4. Gangstalicious sees smoke rising in the distance, but decides not to investigate. Bushido makes a wooden spear. Stinkmeaner, Jasmine, George, Sarah, and Dorothy hunt for the tributes. Ed the First makes a wooden spear. Ed the Second, Martin Luther King, and Tom get into a fight. Ed the Second triumphantly kills them both. Oof. Lamilton receives clean water from an unknown sponsor. Robert severely slices Huey with a sword. Damn it, Robert! I liked you too! Come on, man! Why you do that to me? 4 cannon shots can be heard in the distance. Grant from District 8, Martin Luther King from District 7, Tom from District 5, and Huey from District 1. That means Districts 1, 3, and 7 are out of play, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 people still in the game. Go Stinkmeaner. Sarah begs for Ed the First to kill her. He refuses, keeping Sarah alive. Robert tends to his wounds. Bushido, George, and Jasmine discuss the games and what might happen in the morning. Dorothy accidentally steps on a landmine, so the car is out, leaving everyone else here in the top 10. Lamilton climbs a tree to rest. Ed the Second starts a fire. Gangstalicious cooks his food before putting his fire out. Stinkmeaner quietly hums. Day 5. Jasmine discovers the cave. Lamilton, Sarah, and George hunt for the tributes. Bushido receives medical supplies. Ed the First and Ed the Second work together for the day. Robert thinks about home. Gangstalicious tries to sleep through the entire day, and Stinkmeaner injures himself. Only 1 cannon shot can be heard, and it's Dorothy from District 8, meaning Districts 1, 3, 7, 8, and 12. 1, 3, 7, and 8 are out of play, with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 people left. Here we go. Robert receives clean supplies. Robert receives medical supplies from an unknown sponsor. Ed the Second tries to sing himself to sleep. Bushido receives clean water from an unknown sponsor. Sarah sets up camp for the night. Stinkmeaner attempts to start a fire, but is unsuccessful. Gangstalicious and Lamilton still sorry about themselves to each other. George receives a hatchet from an unknown sponsor. And Jasmine catches Ed the First off guard and kills him. Okay. Proceed. The feast. The Hunger Game. The feast. The cornucopia is replenished with food supplies, weapons, and memoirs from Tribute's family. George decides not to go. Jasmine badges Bushido's head against a rock several times. Robert ambushes Ed the Second, killing him. Lamilton falls into a frozen lake and drowns. Gangstalicious grabs the staff leaning against the cornucopia. Sarah still kills Stinkmeaner with his own weapon. Now I'm really regretting not voting for Robert. Damn. Well, he's my half pick, but that's not really working out for me anyway, is it? Gangstalicious diverts Sarah's attention and runs away. Jasmine stabs Robert in the back with a trident, and George injures himself. 6 cannon shots can be heard in the distance, or a quarter of the cast. Ed the First from District 6, Mr. Bushido from District 9, Ed the Second from District 4, Lamilton from District 11, Stinkmeaner from District 2, and Robert from District 2. See everyone's status. 1, 2, 3, 4 people remain, with Districts 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, 9, 11, 7, 8, 9, and 11 out of play. Yeah, top 4. Here we go. Sarah looks at the night side. George sets up camp for the night. Gangstalicious passes out from exhaustion, and Jasmine climbs a tree to rest. Sarah questions her sanity. Gangstalicious explores the arena. Jasmine repeatedly stabs George to death with the size. One cannon shot can be heard in the distance, and it's George from District 12. So if we see everyone's status, Districts 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, 9, 11, and 12 are out of play with 3 survivors. Proceed. Jasmine kills Gangstalicious with a hatchet, and Sarah dies from an infection. The winner is Jasmine from District 6. So, Jasmine Dubois. I like that last name. Boondocks. We're running out of episodes, but that's fine. Maybe I'll get another pick. Maybe I'll get another pick right, like I did with Kane and Jarrus and Rebels. Which, by the way, if you don't know, I'll label them blue if I get them right. Anyways, where's Jasmine? So let's proceed. Let's go with our placements. In 24th place, Jin Rummy. In 23rd place, Riley Freeman. In 22nd place, Esmeralda Grip Nasty. In 21st place, Uncle Ruckus. In 20th place, Ed Wunkler III. In 19th place with 1 kill, Catcher Freeman. In 18th place, the Pimp Nade Slickback. In 17th place, Mr. Ruckus. In 16th place, Otis Jenkins. In 15th place, Grant. In 14th place with 2 kills, Martin Luther King. In 13th place, Tom Dubois. In 12th place, Huey Freeman. In 11th place, Dorothy. In 10th place with 2 kills, Ed Wunkler I. In 9th place, Bushido Brown. In 8th place with 4 kills, Ed Wunkler II. In 7th place with 1 kill, Lamberton Tishon. In 6th place with 1 kill, Colonel H. Stinkmeter. In 5th place with 3 kills, Robert Freeman. In 4th place with 2 kills, George Pistofferson. I'd like to mention how you're in the Hateocracy and your last name is Pistofferson, which is a fitting last name. But again, remember, his last name is Pistofferson. His first name is George. If his last name is Pistofferson, that means there are multiple members of his family that are that is Pistofferson. Wow. In 3rd place, Yassine Bey, a.k.a. Gangstalicious. Oh, yeah. In 16th, Otis Jenkins, a.k.a. Thugnificent. In 2nd place, with 1 kill, Sarah Dubois. And the winner, with an impressive 5 kills to her name, is Jasmine Dubois. But, yeah, we'll proceed. Here's your summary, about a little bit shorter than the average length. And here we go. Can I do it in one breath this time? In 12th place, District 3. In 11th place, District 7. In 10th place, District 1. In 9th place, District 8. In 8th place, District 9. In 7th place, District 4. In 6th place, District 11. In 5th place, District 2. In 4th place, District 12. In 3rd place, District 10. 2nd place, District 5. And 1st place, District 6. I stumbled over my words, but I did it in one breath. I also like how 8 and 9 just swap positions. Well, there you have it. That's the Boondocks Hunger Games Simulator. Now, normally this is when I would say comment down below what franchise you want next, but the next episode is already determined what it is. What it is, because we already had a suggestion, and I promised them that they would get the next episode. And so that's what's going to happen. So until that time comes around, my name is Wu Fang, and I bid you all a good west positioning of the sun. Goodbye.